Okay. Let's run through some stuff. Thanks y'all once again just for hopping on and man, walking through some things. I don't know if y'all have clicked on the VBS directory and links in a little bit, but it's fun because like every week new things are going live. New things are going from black words to blue words, and it's just fun to kind of watch it. And so um, I'm curious. I know where West Little Rock is. Is everybody else? Everybody got all their coordinators, directors. Everybody feel good about their leadership team for VBS. Man, that's great. Megan, you and Justin feeling good?
Yes, sorry, I can't hardly hear you, so I'm trying to figure out if it's my headphones or what.
I don't know, so do y'all feel good about the leaders you have in place for VBS?
Yes, we do.
Great. Kristen, I just saw you hop on. How about Greenbrier? Y'all feeling good about your leaders?
Yes, we're feeling good moving forward.
Let's go. We who knew that the second week of June was a major vacation day for West Little Rock, but we have quickly discovered that a lot of our key leaders, that's when they have their vacation scheduled. So we're still working. We're running with I don't want to call them third string, fourth string, or whatever, but we just keep moving in the depth chart. It's fun. Well, let's run through some things, y'all. This should be a fairly quick meeting, and if you're on the agenda, you can see what I see. So again, last 2 weeks, you still got to be pursuing directors, coordinators. We got all our stuff ordered, which should be in fairly soon as far as promotional materials. Also, VBS registration pages that went out on Slack, and so a lot of you have already done that. And so we're going to talk about that here in a second. Other big things is we finalized the worship songs. And so in case y'all were curious, here's the 4 fast songs that we'll be fully supporting. They are Jehovah by Elevation Worship, Praise by Elevation Worship, This Is the Gospel by Elevation Rhythm, and then the last one that was kind of decided we wanted to stick with something that most folks already knew, and so we're going to be doing Wave Walker. Pulling out an oldie, but a goodie. And then the slow songs are going to be Deep Dive and Sinking Deep because they seem to go well with what we're going to be teaching. So again, we're going to make sure you'll have motions for all those songs in the next couple of weeks, lyric videos that are themed for all those, and so you'll have those ready to go. So that's been finalized. So let's talk registration. Here's the fun thing, man. Just looking at this real quick. Russellville even has their VBS Junior up and running. Cabot, good to go. Saline County, good to go. Downtown Little Rock has their VBS, and so I'm assuming, yep, there's their volunteers. West Little Rock, Greater Little Rock, Hot Springs, Heber Springs, BB. And so, man, y'all are doing a great job of kind of getting it in our agenda, plus in the directories and links. There are videos on what you need to customize on your volunteer registration and on your kids registration. And again, y'all, that is due this week, so that Creative has a chance to kind of give a once over on those. And make sure that they have any questions, they will shoot that to your admin. And so your admin should have access to all the things they need to have access. If you're trying to do it for them and you need access, just reach out to me and I can get it. But I'm curious, does anybody have any questions about registration? Okay.
Will the check-in system be similar to last year? How you had
what? Finish that statement.
How we had like the check-in systems, computers delivered.
Yes, those systems will once again, I think, be available. I have to confirm with campus development, um, but again, the reason they put those together was to make that a reoccurring thing, and so I suspect it will still be available, which is going to be great.
Hey, Kevin.
Yes, ma'am.
We reached out to campus development and requested, since we're the only campus that's the first one, and they said they'll be here to help. So
perfect.
Yep.
That's outstanding. If anytime you get to work with that team, they're so phenomenal. They're servant hearts. And here's what I love about them is they'll tell you if they don't agree with your idea. But they're always trying to give you the best outcome that is sustainable across all campuses. And I love it. I absolutely love it. So any other questions about registration? Again, that's Thursday is when we need to have that up and done by. So if you haven't worked on it or asked your admin about it, that's your homework for this week. Any other questions? Okay. Let's keep going and let's talk about the ministry safe process. Let's talk about the ministry safe process. I want to do so every year I try to give tips and tricks. I try to give here's how I would do it to make it as simple as possible. And in the past, it has involved handing references, handing applications, handing all that to people. This year it is not, and simply because after a number of conversations with our ministry safe team, we just want to make sure that the process is always accomplishing what the process needs to accomplish, which is protecting our children, protecting New Life Church in the name of Jesus, and again, just those, and protecting our volunteers. So I was talking with Kelsey, our VBS director, and one of the things that we were just celebrating is, man, after doing this well the last 2 years, we're just excited that the number of people that we're going to have to take through the whole process, it just keeps going down every year as more people kind of serve at VBS the next time. And when you renew them, so that's one of the things. Let's talk about renewing real quick. Just so you all know, when you renew someone, you're probably going to have to renew their background check. And that's going to be a level. Oh, let's click into the process. No, I don't want to spout off if I don't know. 5 is for a new person. 6 is for someone who's leading the ministry. And 3 is someone who has already had a level 5 background check. If you're in doubt, 5. If you're not 100% confident that they've ever had a level 5 background check, then just renew at a level 5. Also, some folks may hit it and you need to renew them on their training. And it's good to be re-exposed to that training every few years. And just remember that there are people out there who have ill intent for our kids. As far as the full processes, here's a couple of things that I'm gonna suggest. I don't like to send everything out all at once, simply because that's a whole lot for someone to get all in one setting. I mean, we're talking about application, background check, references, and the training. And so what I'll do is I send the application and the training, and then I say, hey, text me as soon as you finish the application. And then when they finish the application, I want to give you my surefire how to get your references done as quickly as possible. Would that be helpful for y'all? Okay, this is real simple. Actually, it's not simple at all. It's quite complicated, but it gets the results. And this is where these are my numbers. The process I'm about ready to tell you, I have yet to not get the references that I need in a 24-hour period. Like every time, y'all, without fail. So here's what I do. I text the person who's applying with us, and I say, hey, can you send me 4 references, 2 personal, 2 professional, with phone number and email. And then they shoot me all that information. And then I go in and manually enter it into Ministry Safe. And then I click send so that I send out all 4 references at the exact same time. At that point, boom, everybody gets that at the same time. Then I send a text message to this that sounds like this. Hey, y'all, this is Kevin Little with New Life Church, and fill-in name of applicant here has applied to work with kids. They gave us your names as references. Could you take 5 minutes and fill out a reference form for them? Make sure to check your spam folder in case it gets sent there. The link I sent you will only be active for 24 hours. Now, Ministry Safe, those links will last forever. So can somebody take a guess on why I tell them that the link will only be active for 24 hours? Somebody tell me. Somebody unmute and tell me.
So they'll do it fast.
Because I want it done. Well, and here's the deal. I'm not lying. You know why I'm not lying? Because in 24 hours, I'm going to go back, and anyone who hasn't sent me a reference, I'm going to delete their link so that I get that green check mark. Because I don't know about y'all, but green check marks are my love language. And so once I clear out all the riffraff that didn't turn in their references, I get my green check mark, and we're good to go. And so, again, 24 hours, I've got all the references I need. I'm just telling you, I have yet to see this method not work. And again, it just keeps me from having to wait. And then, because either they're going to remind them and make it happen, or I'm going to have to remind them and make it happen. And that's just going to take so long. So then that's application and references. After I get their references, I go ahead and also send them the link for the background check. And I say, hey, get your background check done. Let me know when that's done. And as soon as that's done, now I'm scheduling an interview with them. In the past, we have done video, Zoom call, FaceTime, interviews. We're not going to do that anymore. Just because we want to make sure that we're able to see nonverbals, able to check in with people, able to make it a very pastoral feel to it. And that happens best in person. And so, yeah, I would suggest you kind of bundle interviews together and try to get them stacked on top of each other if you can do that. Those are my suggestions there. So anyway, that's the tips and the tricks is, again, the longer you're faithful at this, the easier it becomes because the more people you have who have been through the initial process. And so anybody else, tips, tricks, things that have worked for you in the midst of getting a significant number of people through the Ministry Safe process while still keeping our kids safe? What's worked for you guys? Anything that I haven't mentioned?
I haven't done this.
Oh, let's go. Kelsey, go for it.
Sorry. It makes me think of parent-teacher conferences and trying to schedule that way. And something I use for that is Calendly, as far as like a scheduling service. And so if you send out that link, you can give them like your times that you're available, and they can sign up for one of those. And so that might be a good way to stack, like you said, the times.
Yeah. That's great. Also, keep in mind that you're probably not the only person at your campus that can do interviews. And so ask your team for help. You should know every single person at your campus who has been through Skillful Screener. If you don't and you want to know, reach out because I can look that information up and I can tell you all the people so that when they say I don't know how to do that, you can be like liar. And you know, I love if I can stir the pot at any campus but mine, I'm all for it. Any other, Megan? Did you have any other thing as far as like tips, tricks to make this work?
I do usually send the background check quickly and say,
Okay.
hey, this is the only piece that is not on your end. So go ahead and get this done because it doesn't take much for them,
That's right.
but it does require somebody else's approval.
That's bright. Yeah, that's great. I love that. So sending that early too, because you're right. It takes them 3 minutes to put that information in there. So it's a great idea. Anybody else? Okay. So here's your next 2 weeks. Right here are your things to do over the next 2 weeks. Get those registration pages up and running as soon as your volunteer registration page is up. I would send it out to your previous year's volunteers. Does everybody know how to do that, or are you comfortable asking your admin to do that for you? If anybody wants me to walk through that, just say it and we'll walk through it real quickly. But if you don't, I'm more than happy to keep going. All right, we're going to keep going. And so registration, send that out to your volunteers from last year so they can begin signing up. And then again, you might just make sure, check on your kid life team and just kind of make sure that nobody's going to need to re-up from now till VBS. Because the more you can handle now, the less you have to handle on the rush to VBS. And so that might be a quick search you do even this week, is look to see if anybody's going to need renewal in April, May, or June. Just go ahead and take care of it. Just send it to them so they can get it done. Any questions? Some of the things that I'm going to be pursuing for you guys this week is the decor plan. I just haven't seen a finalized version of that, and I know that I want to see it so I can make sure everything's getting ordered and prepped and all that. And so that's pretty high on my heat map this week for y'all. And then we're filming videos in 2 weeks, which is going to be fun. And so any other questions y'all have, anything you're looking for that you're not finding that you wish you had?
He's watching it.
Kevin,
Yes.
you knew we had a question.
No, I was actually just staring blankly into the at the green light so that people think I was making eye contact.
Have we decided, or do we know if we're going to have materials for our small groups? For what they may go over in small group? We talked about, I think, a log, or like a captain's log or something like that. Did we ever finalize what we may do for small group?
So here's the quick reply. We will definitely have a plan for your leaders as far as a book or something that they're going to have in their hands. Right now, that's not planned. But it's also not hard to do. And so let me get the small group plan done and then see what that would look. So again, or even if you just bought sample little logbooks and had them where they could write notes, you could easily do that. Yeah, go ahead, Ashley.
We're next Sunday after service, we're having a vision meeting with our leaders that we've appointed, and so trying to think ahead of like things they may ask, because they're going to meet up with their small little groups right after to kind of spit vision and what they want to, like their timeline and what they want to do leading up. So we're just trying to think ahead of what some of the groups may ask as far as what to expect that they'll have for resources for them.
I love that. Yeah, so that is not on our list this year.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions? All right. I like when these are quick and easy, y'all. Does everybody feel like you have what you need at this point? Okay, great. If you ever stop feeling that, please let me know. Because again, that's why we have these calls. We're just trying to make sure that you. There goes Ashley's thumb, right up my screen. I see that, John. And so, all right, hey, keep it up. Great job. I'm super excited. How many of y'all have all your people in the right places and you're having those vision meetings? So good, y'all. Super excited about that. And so if you guys have any questions during the week, text me. I'm more responsive to text messages than Slack. I check Slack about every 36 hours-ish. And so anyway, appreciate you guys. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye, everybody.